Ever felt that squeezing sensation in your chest as anxiety takes hold? Those relentless thoughts that keep you awake all night? Those tomorrow-focused anxieties that hijack your current moments? What if I told you there's a single phrase, just 3 simple words, that has the power to dissolve anxiety the moment it appears? Scientists specializing in the brain have researched this phrase's effects, uncovering insights that will fundamentally change your stress response permanently. However, prior to unveiling this phrase, there's something I require you to do immediately. Hit the subscribe button and activate notifications, as what follows might distinguish between perpetual anxiety and authentic mental tranquility. Build upon collections of university research globally and publicly distributed health education materials. This video aims to provide modern information especially relevant for people over 60. At this juncture, let me inquire something frank. What fraction of your time has been devoted to anxieties about situations that never occurred? How many splendid moments went unappreciated while your mind fixated on either an illusory future or a troubling past? What's true is that anxiety doesn't exist in the immediate present. It's unable to. Anxious thoughts consistently focus on either upcoming possibilities or previous incidents. It thrives on temporal periods that aren't currently present. And here's where everything changes. The phrase that destroys anxiety is simply this: I am here now. Merely 3 words. A total of 9 letters. Immeasurable force. When pronouncing these words with real presence, something incredible happens within your brain. Investigations using fMRI scans established that present awareness immediately lowers activity in the amygdala, the fear processing region, while concurrently raising activity in the prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thought and emotion regulation. Still, this goes far beyond just neurochemistry. This is about reclaiming your life from the tyranny of imaginary threats. Contemplate this idea. At this specific point in time, are you well? Not in future days, not upcoming weeks, not within those early morning mental constructions. At this instant, generally speaking, the answer is yes. Presently, you're drawing breath. Right now, you're safe. At this instant, you possess all that's required to exist fully in the now. The majority of individuals beyond 60 bare years of collected anxieties. We've lived through enough to know that bad things can happen. We've encountered grief, letdowns, and medical difficulties. Owing to these past events, our minds turn intensely vigilant, incessantly hunting for the next danger. Psychological professionals term this anticipatory anxiety, and it's completely draining. It resembles racing in a marathon without moving. Your biological system can't tell apart real perils from those existing only in thought. When you worry about tomorrow's medical appointment, your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, stress hormones flood your system, exactly as if the threat were happening right now. This constant stress doesn't simply feel bad. It actually expedites aging and debilitates your immune system. Scientists at Harvard found something profoundly important. When people habitually practice being present, their bodies secrete less cortisol, the primary stress hormone, and more DA, typically called a youth-preserving molecule. Simply by returning your focus to the present, you're actually selecting wellness over illness, tranquility over turmoil. I want to share a tale that captures this ideally. A man named Robert, age 72 years, dedicated his days to being consumed by heart-related anxiety. Every dawn he rose to check his heartbeat, track every feeling, certain that each day might be his last. His wife watched him disappear into this prison of worry until one day, sitting in his garden, he noticed a butterfly land on a flower nearby. For just brief moments, his consciousness became fully peaceful. He experienced no anxiety about his heart. Tomorrow wasn't occupying his thoughts. He was simply observing this butterfly, fully present right then. And in that second, he recognized something important. His anxiety wasn't guarding him. It was obstructing his ability to live. From that point forward, whenever stress appeared, he would remind himself, I am here now, and orient his focus to something in his present space, a particular sound, something tactile, the breath moving through him. As time passed, this straightforward practice revolutionized his life beyond what any medicine could. At this point, I'd like you to stop this video briefly, just 5 seconds, and attempt this personally. Speak the words aloud. I am here now. Sense your physical form in the seat. Feel the air against your skin. Notice the auditory sensations surrounding you. See how fast your stress lessens when you truly come into the present? This doesn't constitute positive thinking or avoidance. This is something far more powerful. It's reality. The now is the sole moment with actual existence. Everything beyond this is either memory or fantasy. When you grasp this thoroughly, not just conceptually but through living it, anxiety's control over you dissolves. You discover you've been in pain over matters that have no present reality. And before we go further, I need you to help me spread this message. Leave a comment with either the number 1 if this is making sense to you, or 0 if you're skeptical. Your interaction supports this video in finding those who critically need this information. Now, let's examine how to apply this phrase optimally, particularly during acute anxiety. The key is not to use it as a weapon against anxiety, trying to force anxiety away. Instead, use it as an anchor, a gentle reminder to return home to the present moment. As you observe anxiety building, stop, inhale slowly. Pronounce I am here now, either verbally or silently. Subsequently, utilize your senses. What's visible to you? What can you hear? What sensations do you notice? This elementary method disrupts the anxiety spiral before it accelerates. Neuroscience establishes that you cannot experience full presence and full anxiety together. These are mutually incompatible conditions. Presence removes anxiety just as light removes darkness, not through fighting, but through simply being there. For those beyond 60 years, this technique proves particularly beneficial, since we frequently bear not only present concerns, but also gathered anxiety from decades of difficulties. We could fret about wellness, monetary concerns, our offspring or their children, or becoming dependent. These constitute genuine worries, but stressing about them offers no resolution. It merely blocks us from treasuring the good experiences still present. Action solves problems. Being present offers peace. Worrying accomplishes neither. Here's why this phrase proves so transformative. It takes effect instantly, requires 0 expense, has no negative consequences, and you can employ it any place, any time. Thus, here's the challenge I'm presenting. Every time you sense anxiety developing, use the phrase, I am here now. Articulate it with presence. Ground yourself in your senses. And here's my request for you right now.